You guys, we're getting old, okay? It's hard to stay hydrated. It's hard to keep taking the vitamins because it's a lot to remember, all right? That's why I F with Liquid IV. Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. I mean, wow. I F with Liquid IV because sometimes I just forget to drink water, man. I just forget. I'm tired. I got a lot going on, okay? That's why I really like that strawberry lemonade flavor. I put it in some water and some ice and I drink it down like it's a hot summer day and I'm kicking it by the pool. 1 stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone, all right? So grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code DUDES at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code DUDES at liquidiv.com. Yo, stop using them rusty, dusty pans in your kitchen, okay? Hexclad, today's sponsor, has revolutionized the cookware industry with a hybrid pan that gives you all the convenience and cleanup of nonstick, the versatility of your grandma's cast iron, and they're also super durable. I have them in my kitchen right now. They come with a lifetime warranty. It's lit. They're durable and they're sexy, okay? I love these things. And just for y'all, we got a special treat, okay? For a limited time only, our listeners get 10% off their entire order with the code DUDES at hexclad.com. Support our show and check them out at hexclad.com and use code DUDES. I'm talking about 10%. One more time, that's 10% off hexclad.com with code DUDES. Bon appetit. Today's podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Hey guys, look, mental health is important and I'm glad we're all having that conversation because let me tell you, okay, it's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. I think it's important that we really take the time to love ourselves, talk about how we're feeling, get it out there, and sometimes you just need someone to talk to, okay? If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try, okay? It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/foods today to get 10% off your first month. That's better, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/foods.
Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods. That's actually really fucking good.
3, 2, 1. I wipe the shit off my son's balls every day. Shit on the scrotum, shit on the testicles. It's a spectacle. I put on my spectacles and then I just tickle my own balls 'cause I'm in the zone. Balls.
When you start your day with trash spoken word, that is how you prepare yourself for success, my friends.
Also, to start the day off, I got you some double shot espresso. And you brought me, what is this?
Horchata coffee.
I love me some horchata, and I love me some coffee now.
I've never seen you drink so much coffee in my life.
My guy, I need it so much now because this baby is kicking my ass, dog.
Oh, cute. Oh, cute. That shit was killing me. I've never seen a man so frustrated in his life.
So
just fucking go to sleep, please.
If y'all follow me on Instagram, there's a clip that Chia got of me where I'm rocking Q, trying to get him to sleep. And I started singing this song because I was so sleepy, so frustrated. And I literally was screaming at first because he's crying in my arms, crying. So I'm like, at first I'm like, shh, 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 and he's crying. And then I started going, ah, ah, and then I said, ah, Q, why don't you sleep? Oh, Q, please go to sleep. Oh, Q.
It seemed like it was working.
Yes, literally 10 to 20 seconds after she took that video of me, fucking Q fell asleep in my arms as I'm rocking and screaming this song out.
Dog, that shit, you could see when somebody has just lost their fucking mind. And it's just so real. It looked like you're just like, I'm at my wit's end. Just fucking sleep, please.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's become difficult to find my groove with Q. All right, let me pour you this. This is a double shot of espresso from Starbucks, mocha, also some Baileys just to balance it out.
Dude, that's perfect.
There is already cream in this mocha espresso drink.
Oh, it's gonna be better then.
So here's goes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I think this is gonna be really good. Here you go. Here's more Baileys if you want it. Here I'll take a sip of this as well. But yeah, man. Look, I'm not gonna lie, man. This new baby life is kicking my ass a little bit.
What's the biggest difference between Veda and Q?
Here's the thing, man. People will tell you from the jump. They'll tell you like, oh, baby, your second baby is gonna be completely different from your first baby. And let me see.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, sure. They're like, yeah. You think you got to handle with your first baby, second baby's completely different. And I'm like, there's no way y'all just gonna predict this shit on me, right?
Yeah.
But it was fucking facts, dog. Like, we thought we were tired with Veda, and we look back now, we're like, that shit was easy compared to now.
Yeah.
Yes, Veda would cry, but I feel like Veda was easy to like kind of rock to
get her into the motion.
Yeah, to get her just into sleep, and she would sleep in our arms. Like if you could sit back, and I remember sleeping with Veda on me for like hours, right? With Q, and granted, it's a little different because it's a little difficult to find the groove as you have a little hyper-ass Veda running around, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll have Q in my arms and Veda will see me and she'll go, uppies, because she wants to be picked up too, right? So it's kind of that balance too, which is difficult, especially if Chia's doing something or whatever, but we're trying, right? But the biggest difference is Q just sleeps differently, man. Like, even when he's not crying, he's loud, okay? And nobody tells you that babies can be loud sleepers. All right. So literally first couple nights with Q, we had him in his little like bassinet shit and he's asleep, eyes closed, but it's this all night. Yeah.
Oh, your baby's possessed.
Yes.
Your child is possessed, bro.
He's doing that, dog, even when he's fucking asleep. And then so he cries so loud, he cries
Redemption is coming. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, Q. Oh, Q.
Well, here's what's funny is the other night, in another night of just frustration, I'm rocking him. It's okay, and then I was just getting so frustrated. He's in his shit. He's swaddled up. I had both hands on him, and he started going, "I rebuke you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. I rebuke you in the Lord, dear Heavenly Father, whatever is possessing my child right now, please, I rebuke it." He's like, "Dad, I hate you!"
I just picture the fucking baby cam is black and white. I see you come in with holy water, just sprinkle it on it real quick.
I'm mixing holy water in the breast milk,
Maybe something will happen.
and I'm praying, and he's like, but yeah, man, he cries. His crying is just way more intense. Where it's like, God. But Chia kind of found. So here's the thing too, to calm him down. The key is to get up. He likes the standing up, bouncy movement. But man, it gets a little tiring. You know what I'm saying? You just want to sit down sometimes. And granted, if you get him into a deep enough sleep, you can sit down. But I have had trouble really trying to find my groove with him. What I found that 9 times out of 10 will work for me is I put on 90s R&B on YouTube. And I dance around to it. Like, I'm talking about not smooth shit. I'm like doing the Running Man. Like.
Oh, he needs like motion.
Motion. I'm like, he's in my arms and I'm like, every little step I take. Like Bobby Brown shit, like New Edition shit. And I'm like, and then he starts to nod off, right? Or the other day I put on.
Damn, this kid is confusing as fuck.
I know. And the other day I put on something I knew I was going to be dancing to. Oh, I put on like. Some lean with it, rock with it shit. And I'm doing this while he's in my arms because I knew
he's knocking out.
And he's falling asleep. So
didn't you guys have that automatic rocking thing? That shit don't work on him?
we do, but it's a smoother motion.
Oh, it needs to be rough.
Yeah, for him, he needs a little jolt. You know what I'm saying?
You must like it then, huh? You're like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
He just starts to sleep.
Fuck you. But yeah, man. And it's just, so I started drinking coffee with Veda because I thought
I started drinking alcohol because of Q.
I was sober for 6 months and then Q fucked it all up. No. I started drinking coffee with Veda, but now that I have Q, I'm like, I was a 2-shot espresso guy. You know, I go to Starbucks, like, let me get 2 shots of espresso over ice. Like, let me cut all the milk, cut all the sugar. And now I'll go in there. I'd be like, let me get a triple shot.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I have been drinking less caffeine. Like, I know that if I drink caffeine, it's harder for me to fall asleep, right? But then if I don't drink caffeine, middle day is hard for me. Like, it's just how it is. You know, like I'm waking up earlier, so in that middle time, like I'm fucking tired as shit. Caffeine is great, dude. It's fantastic.
It's keeping me going, man. Especially, you know, I'm not going to be doing no cocaine, nothing like that. So it's
For
like,
now.
I kind of, for now, for the time being. But I just need a little something, man. Especially like today, right? She's on a very like, strict breast pumping schedule. So there are times when we got to time the shit. So she's going to pump her tits for half an hour. So she tries to, I got to hold Q because she can't hold Q while the pumps are on her titties, right? So she will be like, Veda, you want to come play with mommy at the in the kitchen? So we find something to distract Veda, either the iPad or her little sand or whatever the fuck. And so she is there with Veda, and I gotta bounce Q. And this morning, you know, I was up at like, I had Q on my chest till like 7 because we kind of knocked out after I fed him. But anyways, I say all that to say, it was such a busy morning, I had to skip my morning poo, bro, before leaving the house. I never leave the house without shitting. But this morning, as soon as our nanny got here, because we got a nanny now, I left without shitting. I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't wash my face. I just fucking splashed a little concealer on my pimples, came here right away. Luckily, by the grace of God, you were late, so I had time to take a shit.
God's good to you, man.
God is good to me.
He is good to you. This is the latest I've ever been, and it was stressing me the fuck out.
Yeah.
But it worked out because you had a poo. You needed some time to fucking refresh.
I did. You know, and I tell you this, people always say miracles don't happen, and I say it's because you're not paying attention.
Oh, look at this guy over here, man. Suddenly he has 2 kids. He's Mr. Wise Guy now, huh? Over here, he fucking knows things because he's a father.
You know, people will say, oh, what has God done in my life? When has the universe blessed me?
Where's my fucking organ?
But I say, you just gotta look around at the miracles that are happening, or else you will never even realize it's happening, right? This morning, I left the house without taking a shit. I was feeling uncomfortable. I was feeling unpleased, unbalanced, bothered. And then I was like, I need to hurry up and rush my shit, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late because I need to shit. David said, I will be there at 10:20. I said, look at God. I can sit and enjoy my poo.
God gives David misfortune to give Tim good fortune. That is what God does. God goes, I have favorites. I have favorites in this world, and David is not one of them. He will suffer.
It's the balance of the universe, man.
God takes from my pot and gives it to you. I see. I get it. It fucking sucks. Well, I brought you food, you asshole.
Thanks, big guy. I appreciate you.
It's like, and I'm going to get David to get you food.
What do we got?
We got breakfast sandwiches from this place called Muffin the Way Up or something like that. Muffin up. It was a really clever phrase.
I was going to say that's a terrible pun.
It was something like that, though. It was like...
I'm just going to peel this cheese off.
What does that Drake song go? Da 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 way up.
I'm all the way up.
Is that all it is?
That's French Montana, and there's no...
That's not Drake at all. I'm old.
What is the... I'm trying to think of what the pun could be, because I feel like it's probably a good one. And
Is it on the little container with your sandwiches?
Muffin can stop us. That was the phrase before. Muffin can stop us.
Muffin can stop me.
Yes,
Okay.
That's what it is. God damn it, Grandpa.
All right, well, this smells great. Looks great. I love a squishy sandwich.
A breakfast sandwich.
What you got there?
A sauce. There's sauce right there. All right, just bite into it without. Okay.
I like to get a flavor without the sauce sometimes.
Oh, now you're wise and a chef. Okay. Very good.
Delicious. English muffin, nice and thin. I like that because sometimes, sometimes breakfast sandwiches can have a little too much bread. This shit right here, thin, toasted English muffin. Got that egg on there, got that crispy bacon, and whatever sauce they got. Bomb. What's it, hash brown soup?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wash it down with the mouth.
Aside from McDonald's, who's your favorite breakfast sandwich
Starbucks.
Fire, we talked about this. You know who looks like they have a bomb breakfast but I've never had? Taco Bell.
I never had Taco Bell breakfast.
They
ever.
have like these wraps. It's like a crunch wrap, but it's breakfast and it looks bomb.
You introduced me to the Starbucks breakfast. And I was like, I actually think I like their muffin sandwich better.
Better than McDonald's?
Yeah.
With that little sriracha they got?
It's that sriracha. It's like buttery. Like I love McDonald's. McDonald's special place in my heart, even though they don't ever respond back to me.
You okay, dog? You need a second?
No, I'm just going to continue to eat through it. It's my life motto. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of poop while we're eating, Kev on stage had this post one time. Oh, no. It was a video about hot takes. Things that, kind of wild statements. And Kev on stage was like, I think it's okay to sit raw butt on a public toilet if it's like early in the morning and no one else has pooped there yet. Right?
100% changing his name. Kev on AIDS. That's crazy.
Everyone was like, you are tripping, you're disgusting. But I'm not going to lie. I've been there.
Listen, I've had to do that because I had diarrhea. I had no, literally the half second of me grabbing that doily would have had me shit on myself, right?
Right.
But as I'm shitting, I hated it every second of it. Because I could feel this cold seat. And I had to do a quick visual check.
Yeah.
Is there splatter?
Yeah.
Because it's disgusting.
I've been in that mindset. It's early in the morning. You have to poo really bad. You're in public. And you're like, you look around in the bathroom. You're like, oh, for sure. I'm the first person to enter this bathroom. And I think in that, spilled some sauce. Sorry, Robin Couch. Do we have napkins?
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, I've been there where I'm like, I think in this scenario, I can sit raw butt on this toilet seat and not feel disgusting about it.
Dog, public toilets are probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Are they?
Yes, Tim.
Isn't there some scientific fact where it's like, if it's a surface that's been touched by it's constantly getting action that the bacteria isn't lingering there?
Listen, you can make up as much bullshit as you want. And I'm pretty sure that little paper doily doesn't do that much.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so fucking thin. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the bacteria just pierces right through it. They're like, fuck you. Bam, right to your ass. But mentally, it fucks with me.
Howie Mandel has this old joke where he's like, they say actually the cutting board in your house has way more bacteria than your toilet seat. Like the most bacteria-filled thing in your house is your cutting board in your kitchen.
Probably his cutting board.
And
no,
he's like,
not him.
and he's like, that's why I always put the protective seat cover all over my cutting board before I cut my vegetables.
Tim, you are a father. Tim's style of comedy is so broad. He likes some of the dumbest shit ever, but he'll like some of the most dad joke shit ever.
Yeah.
You are a man's comedy is very wide. I'm very particular. You like anything, which is why everybody likes you, dude.
I would say I'm just very
Cultured.
I was gonna say open-minded. Well,
Oh.
I just find a lot of shit funny. My PE teacher in high school yelled at me for laughing too much.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, his name was Coach Sims, I think. And he was yelling at some other kid for something, and I'm cracking up. And he's like, and you're always laughing too goddamn much. You laugh at everything.
Bro! I get in trouble for being happy. What a miserable man.
Someone was getting yelled at. I thought it was so funny. And he was like, you always laughing. I was like, fuck, sorry.
Why are you always so happy? Huh? Every fucking day you come in here happy. My life.
I just find a lot of shit funny, man. Whether it's corny, terrible dad jokes make me laugh so much, but I also the small, okay, so here's what me and Rick love. Super cringy, uncomfortable content. that type of shit makes me laugh so much. Like, we love it.
It makes me laugh, but it hurts me at the same. I could literally feel my shit just like my skin peeling off. Jason, Chet. I'm kidding.
Or like, people will watch, let's say, like really dry humor shows. Like, I'll say, like, I don't know. This is a bad example because everyone loves The Office for the most part, but like The Office, right? And someone was like, I can't watch The Office. It's too cringe. It's uncomfortable. I'm like, on purpose.
Yeah, I have to watch. Like, that's a great example. When I first watched The Office, I had to like turn away from the TV because it would make my insides die. Which is why Steve Carell is so fucking good at what he does, because it feels like I've met this person before. Like, I've seen a person like this before. It was hard for me to visually watch somebody do that shit.
Right.
Then after a while, I got used to it, and then it was funny in the first place, but now I can look directly at the sun. Before, it was so fucking hard, though. Because I've seen people like that. People like Steve Carell. I think The Office did really well because people who work in office places have had bosses like that. Where they're just so socially fucking awkward, and you have to deal with it in the office place.
Dude. And that's the thing, too, right? Which I find so silly, right? Where people will watch and be like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I can't watch. Or there was this series on YouTube, or like these videos where they would show like teenage kids today, like old classic TV shows, not even that old, like Seinfeld, The Office, right? Shit like that. And they'd be like, does this hold up? Or I forget what the exact name of the show was, but they would show clips of the older shows, and like they would show clips of Seinfeld, right? Or The Office, and these new kids would be like, oh my God, how are they like, oh, this is so inappropriate, right? Like, oh, why are these people...
You guys have no friends, nobody loves you, and your parents should have never had you. You are a piece of shit.
It's so silly because, like, they would watch Seinfeld, for example, right? And the funny in Seinfeld is, like, they are bad people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so these kids would watch and be like, oh, man, how are they, getting away with this? Or, like, whatever. Or this isn't funny, this is inappropriate. I'm like, the funny is that you're not supposed to do these things. Like,
exactly.
How do y'all not understand that, you know?
Well, they're also, because if they're really young, they know that a camera is on them, and they're trying their best to be woke and get the pat on the back. That's what their goal. Like, I was talking to like a therapist buddy of mine, right? And he's been a therapist now for I gotta say at least. Oh, I guess we're older now. Maybe over 8 years for sure, right? 8-7 years. It doesn't matter. Either way, a long time. And he was telling me that one of the things that he's seeing a lot in younger people is that in today's culture, because he is in mental health, he goes, having a mental ailment for some of these kids is the cool thing to do. So now he has to assess as a therapist, like, are they trying to catch a wave right now? Because they're trying to come in and say, I have this, I have this, I have this. And half the time he's convincing people, no, you don't have this.
Right.
Like, you're just going through normal teenage things.
Right. You're just feeling a little bit of angst.
And then they feel like their feelings are dismissed because he won't tell them, like, hey, oh, you probably have this disorder. It's like, no, you don't have a disorder. So half the time he's trying to convince kids, like, you don't have this thing, but I saw it on TikTok. So now it's like, oh, it's actually like the wave right now. Like, you have to pinpoint a mental health issue so you feel like you're included in this cool group.
Interesting.
Weird as fuck.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that shit. Blew my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
That's trippy as fuck. So his job now, he says, like, half the time it's like, it's great. Like, parents are trying to get their kids like the mental support that they need. But he goes, now half my job is like, no, you don't have that. You don't have that. You do not have this. And they're trying to talk him into believing that they have it because they want it so bad.
Well, we're going to diagnose each other. We'll be right back.
Dudes Behind the Foods listeners, my friends, it's all about hydration this year, every day, every second, every hour. If you're not hydrated, your skin is trash, your liver is crashing. What are you doing? We are getting healthy, we are sweating it out, and guess what? We need to freaking replenish our liquids and our freaking vitamins, our aminos, our everything, all right? Liquid IV has got me, my friends. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout when you feel run down after a long night out and on long flights. When me and Tim get a little crazy, we get a little drunky. Sometimes we need to stay hydrated, all right? And I get a little liquid IV and I love it. It's delicious. Keeps me hydrated and fantastico for the next day to get our filming on, my friends. 1 stick of liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster than water alone. 12 delicious, refreshing flavors keep your hydration routine exciting. Contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. My friends, grab your liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code DUDES at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code DUDES at liquidiv.com.
All right, gentlemen, it's time to talk about your kitchen, and I'm not talking about your roommate's dishes in the sink, all right? We all know you've been making your egg sandwiches in a tore-up, rusted, dusted, disgusting pan since college. Well, today's sponsor, Hexclad, has revolutionized the cookware industry with a hybrid pan that gives you all the convenience and cleanup of nonstick, the versatility of your grandma's cast iron, and they're so durable. They literally last a lifetime. I'm talking about they have a lifetime warranty just in case you find a way to destroy them while making your hinge dates ramen noodles. Ramen noodles. Check this out, man. Hexclad's patented laser-etched hexagonal steel ridges boost your searing power, while the non-stick valleys contain its high-grade, non-toxic coating and are infused with diamond dust for extra toughness. These are the best pans you'll ever own. And I'm serious, I have them in my kitchen right now. Not only are they like super easy to use and durable, but they're beautiful. Now, these things are sexy, okay? Now check this out. It's time to get people talking about something other than that disgusting smell coming from behind your stove. For a limited time, get 10% off with the code DUDES at hexclad.com. That's 10% off hexclad.com with code DUDES. Bon appetit, and let's eat with Hexclad's revolutionary cookware. That is why when I thought I might have ADHD, I was really concerned about automatically being like, oh yeah, I have ADHD, because I feel like so many people are quick to hop on that train of like, oh, I'm organized, I have OCD. I'm so hyper, I have ADHD, right? Or like, oh, I'm sorry, I zoned out, I have ADHD. I'm like, because I know that people have real issues with this shit, so I didn't want to automatically be like, oh yeah, I have this fucking condition, right? That people have like real medication for. So I really kind of wanted to make sure, you know?
One of the things that he was talking to me about was the topic of like OCD. Mm-hmm. He goes, that's like one of the biggest things that people say is OCD. And it's like his biggest pet peeve. And he always has to explain, he goes, listen, people, and obviously he's saying it really nicely. And we're friends, so he's talking off cuff. Right. But he has to explain to him, there's obsessive compulsive tendencies and then a disorder, right? So, when he said this to me, I understood what he was talking about, because I know somebody who doesn't even know he has OCD, but we know he does. Every time he leaves a place, he has to go to the door. He has to rotate the doorknob 3 fucking times, triple check the fucking lock, go away, come back and do it again. Has done it every single fucking time since I've known him. And if he doesn't do it, he can't stop thinking about it. It bothers him for the rest of the fucking day. Because we used to shit on him for that. Yeah. And then we just try to get him to stop doing it. We're like, just don't do it. And then we're in the car and you could just see him just like obsessing over it. I'm like, okay, we'll go back and we'll do it. He stops it, then he can continue his day. That's OCD. That's fucking weird, you know?
Oh, it's like when it's interfering with you living regular day life. Yeah. And that's why, you know, here's the thing. I think when I was a little kid, I saw a special on a girl who had OCD. And this was like her washing her hands until like she was fucking bleeding practically. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, this is a real issue. And so I just didn't want to be one of those people that like was just, you know, almost like making a mockery of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though it's not on purpose. Yeah, people are like, oh yeah, I have OCD. It's almost just kind of like slang now. Yeah. But, and I think I had a homegirl one time. I had just recently got my ADHD diagnosis, and then she was like, she saw something, and she was like, oh, ADHD, huh? Like, it was like a sign or whatever. She was like, oh, just like me. I was like, you too? Are you diagnosed? She was like, oh, no, not really. I'm like, oh, fuck,
you bitch.
God.
So Mariel I told her about the diet, and she goes, she said, don't use it as an excuse. I'm like, I'm not using it as an excuse because I don't want Ritalin. I don't want any of that shit.
Yeah.
I just now, what I used to think as forgetfulness, I'm like, oh, that's just forgetfulness. And I'm like, wait, this is pretty severe. Like,
Yeah.
I was explaining to her. So I have my back studio office and I have the front house, right? So I was in the house. Then I'm walking to the back because my laptop is in the house at the time, but I forgot the memory cards because I have to edit. So I walk to the house. I'm going to the back. I look at the fridge. I'm like, oh, I bought these snacks. I started eating the snacks, and I go back in. I lay down on the couch. I go, memory cards. I have to go get the memory cards. I go to the back. I look at my tomatoes. I'm like, these need water. I water the tomatoes, right? Mm-hmm. I'm outside. I sit on a lawn chair outside chilling. I go back inside the house, get another snack, lay on the couch. I go, I'm supposed to edit memory cards. I did it fucking 4 times, and an hour passed. Yeah. A whole fucking hour.
Yeah.
And I just sat there, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking dumb, dude. Just get the fucking memory cards. But a fucking thing will just distract me, and I start going to this like rabbit hole.
Yeah, Chia kind of like will remind me. She goes out of her way to remind me now because she knows me. But even though but I'll still get a little salty about it. She's like, "Babe, remember the blah blah blah." I'm like, "I know that," but then I know that if she didn't remind me, I definitely would have just fucking like
I know that. And you look at her, roll your eyes, you turn away. I completely forgot.
I'm like, I know that, duh. And then I turn around and just start chopping a cucumber for no reason. I have to make the salad for next week. Hold on. Yeah. Funny as shit, dog. I was talking to Robin Couch literally earlier, like right before you came in. And I was like, yeah, I said something about my ADHD, and she was like, yeah, well, no, I know you have it because you don't read my emails. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, no, you only read the first line of my emails. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, sometimes, I'll send an email and then I'll write a bunch of stuff and then you ask me questions about what I just told you in the email. I'm like, oh.
It's very true. I have a very clear memory of I sent an edit and I wrote in the email, hey, I haven't put the ads in yet because X, Y, and Z reason. And then the next response was, hey, no notes, here's the title, and since it looks like we don't have ads in this one, and I was like, dude.
Sorry.
I mean, I figured it out. Look, I said I'm slowly like just paring down to just have blunt, like to the point words, like, ads not in. Here is edit. Like, I'm just
Perfect.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like, when I'm, sometimes it's such a struggle because, I review all the episodes before they go up just to make sure we didn't say anything too crazy. And I can't have David help with it because he doesn't give a fuck about what we say. So I'm like, 100%. He'll have no notes. So I'm like, I gotta watch this shit. And sometimes I'm like, God, I gotta watch us talk.
Hey, but sometimes it's great.
Oh no, but sometimes I'm like, bro, this is the funniest episode. And it'll help when I'm like trying to find clips and shit for it. But it's a struggle, man. Like, especially with No Chaser, which, isn't as funny as Dudes Behind the Foods. Where it's just like a casual combo, a great combo, but it's just not as, like, because this is like an hour of us just doing a bit and just, and talking, right? So like sometimes when it was time for me to listen to No Chaser, it felt like such a chore because I'm like, God, I already went through this. I have to listen to this whole shit. And I'm like, I have to find potential, like, clips for TikToks and Reels, and I just couldn't do it. And I would try to hire someone to do it. I was really like trying to find a clips guy. I'm like, look, man, here's some money. Just find the funniest parts, clip them for me, right? And granted, like, I know that I can be very particular about what I want in my shit, but he picked such, like, the first couple clips he picked were so boring, dog. And I'm like, look, man, there's like specific parts where we're laughing really hard. Just find the biggest laughs, dog.
The clip is, hey, welcome to the No Chaser podcast. Just the intro and it cuts.
And he did good work. But some of it, I was like, you not hearing me, my guy. It's hard to find help, man. It's hard to find good help.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just like somebody has to match your humor.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy Ed, we work so well because we have the exact same sense of humor. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing that ever needed to be said when we were doing sketches. But he always cut things the way that I didn't have to say anything. I'm like, oh, we have the same sense of humor. It's perfect. Yeah. So whenever he would edit the shorts or the sketches, it was just fucking easy.
It was always a struggle for me, dog. Like when someone would, that's why it was difficult. Like when I was at Maker for the first time, when I had somebody else editing my sketches, like it was such a struggle. Like I would always have so many notes where, you know, it would be the smallest thing. I'm like, people would cut shit way too soon when I'm feeling like I'm doing this very long, awkward pause on purpose because it's funny, and they cut it, and I'd be like, bruh.
Yeah.
How do you not realize what I'm doing here? Keep that whole shit, my guy. Keep the whole thing, make it nice and awkward and uncomfortable, and that's why it's funny, you know?
The great thing, because most people who edit, they actually don't know like film.
Right.
So they don't understand like the purpose of a cut or why it should be cut here, right? So great example was, like this guy, Jay On, dope music video guy, can't do dialogue to save his fucking life. Because in music videos, there's no dialogue.
You can't do them in terms of you can't write it, or you can't like...
Both. So
Okay.
it's like when you have to edit dialogue, there's a certain rhythm to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So for him, he would edit dialogue like it was a music video. Pop, 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 pop. I'm like, dog, what the fuck is this shit?
People don't talk like this.
Exactly. So it was hard to explain that to him. I mean, he's super fucking talented. Weird as fuck. Super talented. But that was the hardest part, was like when I would look at his edits, I'm like, what is this shit? Like you're editing this like it's a fucking music video. But that's his shit. Maybe he's gotten better now. I don't know. But the great thing about Ed is like Ed would even like look at my scripts, right? He goes, hey, this part here would be better placed here. And if you put it here, this would probably flow better for the story. And I'm like, oh, that's better. It's way better. It's because he's done film. So like that helps me out a lot. So when you're just an editor, sometimes you're looking at things very pragmatically. Right? So
You almost have to be a funny person to edit funny shit right. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand comedic timing and stuff, because it's really important, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little couple seconds will be the difference between something being like, just kind of like chuckles and something being like hilarious, you know?
Yeah. And then there was like the other side of like, I remember when Vine was popping, there was Vine people who wanted to go straight into film from doing like 5-second clips. And it's just like, that doesn't translate. Like you're doing... Like you understand that there's going to be a crew, there's a script, there's a story, there's all these things that you don't realize, and they go, I'm a director. No, you're not a director. You make 5-second fucking clips. You know what I mean? That shit's hard as fuck.
Bro, I'm so glad you brought this up, because I have a couple things that I think I had locked away, that my brain had just deleted from my brain. Because I remember like being on set with a Viner, right? And filming like a little series, and just she being so trash at like memorizing her lines and delivering her lines, like, and she was kind of holding up the crew, and people were getting pretty frustrated. They ended up having to cut a whole bunch of her dialogue because she just wasn't good, right? And I remember thinking, these goddamn Viners can't do shit, right? But I just remembered years ago, before Vine was even a thing, when it was like, you know, when I was just like a poppin' little YouTuber or whatever, and I hadn't done a whole lot of scripted content with any crews or anything like that, I was hit up for some little web thing, and I was supposed to play like a boss or some shit, right? And I thought I only had a couple lines of dialogue, and I get to set, and I must have not clicked some shit right. I had a fucking couple paragraphs, bro, that not easy shit, like not regular conversational shit.
It's like straight up paragraph.
It was paragraphs of like, oh, make sure you lock out the interdimensional, like it was like scientific bullshit I had to spout out, right? I was fucking up all day. I didn't even get like, I barely got a good take, right? And I remember not knowing how the shit worked, because you know, when you gotta film something in a certain amount of time, you gotta get this on this day, this on this day,
That's it.
or it fucks everything up, right? I remember getting so late, everyone getting so frustrated, and me just being like, you know, guys, I don't think I'm gonna get it. You know, maybe just let's just try something else another day, and then like leaving and be like, sorry guys, and then people being pissed, and me thinking like, what's the big deal? We'll try again tomorrow, right? They ended up just replacing me with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about that shit. And I look back now, I'm like, God, I was that shitty Viner person that I was on set with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm amazing now, right? I'm experienced now. Like,
Dude, there's a crew out there that talks mad shit about you.
yes, dude. There's definitely a couple of crew people that are like, that have probably been like, oh, you worked with that Tim guy? Oh God, how
He's
was
so
it?
unprofessional.
Yeah, he fucking ruined my shoot, you know?
It's funny you bring that up. So recently, so I have a buddy. We're really good friends now, right? But he mentioned that when he first met me, he said I was fucking rude as shit, right? And I don't ever remember myself being rude, right? And I had to explain to him, and I had to defend myself. And I was explaining, what is rude to you? I was like, yeah, when I introduced you, I was like saying, what's up, blah, blah, blah. Like you shook my hand and you said, what's up? And that was it. I'm like, how is that rude?
Yeah.
Like, that's normal.
Yeah.
And what I found out too is that when I first came to this city, I had no idea how the city works. I'm from a very small farm-ass town. You know what I mean? Like, it's just normal people shit.
Yeah.
So there was a guy that was on set for on a JK sketch, right? And you know, when we did sketches back in the day, it was just a homie hitting you up. It's like, hey, you free? You want to come through?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Nothing professional.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an actor. I literally scream at myself in a room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I come and there's this kid who comes up to me.
Is this guy that said, you need me to shoot anything?
Yeah, it was that guy.
You told the story already.
Did I? All right, we'll cut that part out. Really? I tell him this one?
Yeah, on this spot.
Well, fuck him.
Well, fuck that guy. And I have a similar situation where I also had to learn that just a simple what's up isn't enough sometimes.
But it should be, though. It really should be.
It should be, but what I had to learn, for me specifically, okay, I don't know if this makes sense for you, because my persona and just who I am as a person in my videos is I'm a very upbeat person, right?
Yeah.
I'm a happy person, right? Now, granted, when people watch videos of me, in my vlogs, I'm with my friends and my family, I'm happy. And even when I'm calm, I'm happy, right?
It's our comfort zone.
Yeah, and when I'm with you and we're shooting this shit, we're on like 10, right? So I did a meet and greet one time in San Diego where I thought I was cool with everybody. I shook every hand. I took every picture. I hugged if we wanted hugs. I was fucking chilling, right? Taking pictures with everybody. After the meet and greet, a girl that I know that knew one of the guys that went to my meet and greet, the dude was like, yeah, I went to a little meet and greet for Timothy De La Ghetto or whatever. She was like, oh, how was it? He was like, he was kind of an asshole. Like, he thought it was too.
Oh, what a bitch.
Yeah.
First of all, dog,
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear the rest of the story. I'll fuck this guy up.
He's like,
you little pussy, shut the fuck up.
yeah. So she's like, why you say that? He's like, I don't know. This is what he said. He just had like a vibe.
What does that mean?
Yeah. So I was like so confused, so irritated, because mind you, I remember that meet and greet. I was cool. Like,
And can I just say something? I've seen this guy greet people. I have never, ever once not seen this dude greet somebody probably the way that they wish to be greeted by somebody that they really enjoy.
well, I tell you this, that is a result of this meet and greet. Because once I learned that me being like, hey, what's up? Regular, calm Tim could come off in a way that was negative because someone expected a different vibe from me. Now, when I meet fans in public, now I'm, hey, what's good, man? What's up? How are you? Hey, what's up? Oh, no, I appreciate that. Now I turn it up because I don't want to leave someone with that negative impression. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that from what they've seen in the videos, they expect that. So unless I'm in a foul ass mood, which is not a lot, not often, like I like, even though that guy's an idiot, you know, for
Hey, you fucking baby. You're a fucking adult, dude.
yeah, motherfucking baby ass boy. What
Baby
do you?
diaper boy.
What are you best friends with my newborn son?
Yeah, dude. Oh, cute. Oh,
Fuck you. What do you need me to wipe the smegma off your little shit-filled dick?
Yeah.
Which is what I did the other day. But I learned that, and I've kind of taken that. And I'm like, all right, if people run into me in public, I turn it up a bit. You know?
Pussy ass boy.
Pussy ass boy. We gonna take a break. We gonna talk about that little pussy ass boy. We'll be right back.
This podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp, my friends. Are you worried about your mental health? Well, guess what? That's where BetterHelp comes in. Make this year the best year of your life because you are going to focus on yourself. We keep saying it. We love ourselves. We love ourselves. We love ourselves. And that's because we focus on our BetterHelp. for our mental health. My friends, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. I know because I've been using it for quite a while. And when I'm in my mental health needs, BetterHelp is there for me's. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/foods to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/foods.
Hey guys, guess what? Today's podcast is also brought to you by GoodieBrand.com. Guess what? We have a huge blowout sale going on right now. We're bringing back things just to let them go forever, selling a whole bunch of old pieces, selling some fairly new pieces for huge discounts, okay? The sale goes on until the end of May. It's goodies going out of business, but not really sale. GoodieBrand.com. Check it out. All the fire stuff that has come and gone that you missed out on is up right now for a limited time. GoodieBrand.com. So yeah, man, now mind you, like I feel like a lot of people shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. That's why if people ask me to do meet and greets now, I ask for a decent bag because they don't realize how exhausting meet and greets are. Because not only am I saying hi now.
3 hours of energy up here.
Yeah, I keep the energy high.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want someone to, if they paid for a fucking ticket to meet me, especially if they paid to meet me.
You're going to give them the best fucking experience,
I want to give them a great experience, right? I don't want someone to walk away being like, man, Timothy De La Ghetto, Tim Chantarangsu, whatever the fuck his name is, that fucking chink left a bad taste in my mouth.
Like I said, the only time people who have ever mentioned that I was an asshole was somebody who wanted something from me. It wasn't just to say hi. It wasn't to talk. They wanted something from me. And they go, oh, he's a dick. It's like, no. You wanted something and you didn't get it. And that's why you're upset. Everybody else, like, we'll talk. We'll have conversations. Dude, I met a dude that was a fan who bought one of my cameras off of Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Met him up at my favorite brunch spot. I bought him fucking brunch.
Yeah.
Right? Chopped it up with him and his wife.
Yeah.
And bounced. Because I was going to have brunch, like lunch anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, why don't you guys just come at the spot I'm going to have lunch. You could buy the camera there and then I'll buy you lunch.
And then he went home and was like, David So didn't even buy the fries. Paid for the sandwich, didn't offer the fries. Can you believe this guy?
He went on Tumblr and he wrote a whole post about me. Stupid David So just bought the burger, the sandwich, and everything else, but not the fries.
Yeah, man. I try to be good about it, but
Yeah. So I actually genuinely like if a fan is super cool and chill and I have the time, like we'll chop it up for at least like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just because they're nice.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like to make that conversation as long as, I have time and they don't make it weird. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's definitely have been some weird people that have walked up. Like I saw this one dude one time walk up to this fool like a fucking gigantic ghost. just bow-legged and slow as fuck, just off a corner. Timothy De La Ghetto. I'm like, dog. I just see the shadow looming over us. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was like a hot air balloon came. And he's like, I just been a fan for the longest time. I'm like, hey, bro, just say hi.
Oh, speaking of ghosts, dude. Okay. So you know how Veda, have I told you that Veda really enjoys like Halloween content?
I think so, yeah.
So like, seasonally we would put on different her Baby Shark videos and shit like that. But like there's a lot of Halloween content that pops up for little kids. And she really got into it. She loves like ghosts and skeletons and all like Baby Shark, vampire, like there's a bunch of variations of it, right? So even after Halloween, she would watch all that shit, jack-o'-lantern. She would always want to put on the ghost, Baby Shark, all the shit, right? So now she knows a lot of words. Veda is damn near talking, right? Mm-hmm. The other day, I'm in her room, in her little nursery. We're just chilling, playing, and she looks up and goes, "Ghost?"
Oh, hell no. Trade her in, bro.
And I was like, huh?
No.
I said, no, baby, this where? She's, ghost? And she's pointing at her curtains because they're drapey. And I was like, oh, no, baby, this is windows. She says, windows? Yeah, not a ghost, not a ghost.
Annabelle?
Oh, my God.
What you mean, Annabelle? Why is that a name?
She goes, murder mommy? Kill mommy. No, so she sees that. She says ghost. I'm like, whatever. She's just looking at the window. But now,
My palms are sweating.
I was in the car the other day, driving her to her little gym class. She goes, "Zombies are coming! Zombies are coming!"
Where the fuck is she learning this from?
I don't know, man. There's so much shit that she watches, and it's little kid shit, which is annoying because, so they'll say that as the toddler becomes more imaginative is where they actually begin to get scared because, now I see.
It just starts running away with them.
Right, because she starts, now what she's doing, she'll play with her little stuffed animals and stuff, make little voices. I'm like, oh, how cute. She's getting an imagination. But she was like, well, they say that's when they start to develop fears because they have an imagination. So now I'll watch these little kid videos where it's like, oh, they'll do a song about like, oh, monsters under the bed. I'm like, why are they putting this in her head?
Because it was never in there in the first place.
Exactly. So now she's going to be like, now I'm like, oh, is she going to be like, oh, check under my bed for monsters?
Dude, my friends' kids, they haven't shown their kid a TV like at home or anything. So when we were at a restaurant the other day, the kid looked at the TV and was like, "What is that?"
What?
Bro, it was like a 2.5-year-old. I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, your kids don't watch TV? I'm like, not really. Like if we go out, they'll see the TV, but they don't know what that is. Because we don't show them TV at all in the house.
Really?
Fucking crazy.
Wow, let me tell you, dog. Veda's like, change channel. She will literally be like, when it's time for her to like settle down and have some snacks where we just need a little break, she'll be like, she'll go, fishies on TV? So I'll put on this fucking video with fishies on it. She'll watch it and like, drink her milk or whatever.
Wow.
Today, for the first time ever, and me and Chia always talked about how cool this would be. As I was, Chia was breastfeeding or like breast pumping or something. And I was with Veda in the living room trying to wash some dishes. And I'm always kind of got like Veda in my periffs, right? Making sure she's not like jumping off the couch or something. And a new video she had never seen popped up before. And she just sat down and watched it for like 10 minutes. I was like, what a nice little break. Because normally it's like she'll watch, but she needs to run around.
I feel like that's what the TV is for. It's honestly to give their parents a fucking like 15-minute breather.
Yeah, man.
Like I just need a moment.
Every time I debate whether I like want her watching TV that much, I think back like I was a pretty TV heavy kid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, look how amazing I turned out, right? Look how hilarious I am because of the sitcom jokes that have infiltrated my brain. Look how loving of a person I am from watching the Family Values that came from TGI Fridays on ABC. Look how nice your butt is now that you've been doing kickboxing. Look at your little black boxer briefs peeking out from your khaki pants.
MeUndies. They stopped sponsoring us, but they gave me a lot of boxers.
Yeah, they did. You know what? Sometimes the seam on the MeUndies boxer briefs would fall right on the tip of my dick, like in an uncomfortable way. The boxers from MeUndies I love, but the boxer briefs would always hit the tip of my dick funny.
A little thing there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well, guys. That wraps up this fucking conceited ass episode of Dudes Behind the Foods.
That's right. Cut the beat. Hey, yo, DJ D-Rec. Cut the beat, because you said conceited.
Oh, yeah, because fucking offensive shit. Very creative. His shit's creative as fuck, man. Blows my mind.
It blows my mind like the Santa Ana winds. All I do is win, DJ Khaled.
He don't ever lose weight because he only wins.
Win, win, win like a Vietnamese phone book.
No, man.
All right, y'all, thanks for watching that episode of Dudes Behind the Phones. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm David So.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Dude, that got me.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food. Dudes.